The transfer window at Ibrox has been full of stories, rumours and speculation, and now one of the biggest talking points has finally reached its conclusion. Rangers have officially struck an agreement over a defender, bringing weeks of whispers to an end and confirming that movement in the squad is far from over. With Russell Martin continuing to reshape his team with the new campaign now underway, every deal carries real significance, and this one is no different. The paperwork is signed, the deal is sealed, and Rangers fans will now be digesting what this means for the club's plans going forward. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, former Sheffield Wednesday coach Chris Powell insists Rangers got JD Gassama for an absolute bargain thanks to the Owls' financial plight. Gassama made the move from Hillsborough to Ibrox this summer for just £2.2 million, and he's already made a massive contribution, which could see that fee repaid almost 20 times over. The 21-year-old has hit key goals in both of Rangers' Champions League qualifiers so far against Panathinaikos and Victoria Plzen respectively. Only Club Brugge stand between them and the league phase of the competition, which brings £40 million in prize money. Wednesday are in the grip of a financial crisis, with fans desperate for owner Dejphon Chansiri to sell up and relieve the pressure. Players are being sold to pay the wages, and as a result, Powell reckons Gassama went for much less than he would have under normal circumstances. They've sold a couple of players under value, he told the No Tippy Tappy Football podcast. Definitely a young boy has gone to Rangers. Gassama, exceptional player, sold to pay the wages. Another player went, there's the young goalkeeper. Pierce Charles also linked with Rangers. I think he is another asset who might go. They've had money from the Premier League, their share, so they've been able to just settle a few debts. But if it's not sold and he's not funding it, how do you carry on? As for Charles, the Telegraph claims Rangers and West Ham walked away from a deal. The Ibrox club reportedly launched a £1 million bid along with the Hammers, but bafflingly neither received a response, so have moved on. And that could leave the path clear for Strasbourg, who are interested in doing a deal for the Northern Ireland international. Now, in a huge done deal, Robbie Fraser has officially joined Dunfermline Athletic on a permanent transfer. The 22-year-old, a product of the Ibrox Academy system, makes the switch after spending the second half of last season on loan at Livingston. During his time under David Martindale, Fraser played his part in helping the West Lothian side secure promotion back to the Premiership, a valuable experience that now sets him up for the next stage of his career. A lifelong Rangers supporter and academy graduate, Fraser had penned a 2-year extension at Ibrox just last summer. However, with first team opportunities limited and the club reshaping its defensive options, both parties have agreed to part ways as the youngster seeks regular football in the Championship with Dunfermline. Earlier yesterday, it emerged that Rangers are also set to cash in on Jeff Day, with a £6 million move to Palmeiras now on the brink of completion. RFC News reported earlier this week that the left-back had emerged as a priority target for the Brazilian champions, and negotiations have now accelerated towards a final agreement. The fee represents a substantial return on the £800,000 Rangers paid Apoel to secure Jeff Day's signature last summer. Sources indicate that performance-related bonuses and a sell-on clause have also been included, ensuring the Ibrox board stand to benefit further down the line. Palmeiras made their interest known at the beginning of the week, and, following a series of discussions over the past 24 hours, the framework of the deal has now been locked in. Rangers' hand was ultimately forced, with the player keen on the switch and the Brazilian window set to close in the coming weeks. Jeff Day's exit leaves a notable gap in Russell Martin's squad. The Brazilian started in the Champions League defeat to Victoria Plzen on Tuesday, but with his departure imminent, Max Aarons now stands as the only senior left-back option available. That is expected to trigger fresh movement in the market as Rangers work against the clock to strengthen ahead of their European campaign. Interestingly, both Jeff Day and Oscar Cortez were omitted from the UEFA squad for next week's tie with Club Brugge. In their place, youngsters Thalo Arsgaard and Mikey Moore have been added to the list, a sign of the manager's intent to trust youth while reinforcements are sought. In other news, Rangers could be facing a tense end to the summer transfer window, with mounting interest in midfield star Nicolas Rascin from several Premier League sides. The 24-year-old Belgium international, one of the few bright sparks in an otherwise challenging campaign last season, is attracting serious attention, and there are whispers that his head may have been turned. Manager Russell Martin has confirmed that clubs have made contact about the midfielder, casting a shadow of uncertainty over his future. Still, Rangers remain firm in their stance. Rascin is not for sale. The growing interest comes after respected voices in the game revealed that top-flight English clubs have been tracking him closely. Across the border and beyond, European sides are also monitoring the situation, adding more intrigue to an already delicate scenario. Rangers have reportedly slapped a £20 million valuation on the midfielder, but sources admit that a truly substantial bid could test their resolve. Raskin's importance to Martin's plans is clear, despite a quieter start to the current season. He's now an established member of the Belgium squad, and his quality makes him a tempting prospect for clubs looking to bolster their midfields. But there's a twist. Rangers' hopes of keeping him may hinge on their Champions League fate. Rangers face a high-stakes clash with Club Brugge in the playoffs, and victory would secure a lucrative place in the group stage. Not only would that boost the club's finances, it could also give them a stronger hand in convincing Rascin to stay put. Lose, and the door could be left ajar for potential suitors to pounce before the deadline. And it's not just Rascin in the spotlight. Rangers are also bracing themselves for possible late moves for Hamza Iggerman. The Moroccan forward has been linked with a number of clubs, but no official bids have landed yet. Interested parties are said to be holding off until his £20 million asking price drops, though the Ibrox hierarchy reportedly hope to flip the script and ignite a bidding war as the clock ticks down. As the final weeks of the window approach, Rangers may have to fight on two fronts, both on the pitch in Europe and off it in a transfer market ready to test their resolve. How the next few weeks play out could prove pivotal for Rangers' entire campaign. Securing Champions League football would not only deliver a major financial boost, it could also strengthen Russell Martin's hand in keeping hold of two of his most important players. But with Premier League clubs circling Rascin and interest quietly building in Iggerman, the Ibrox hierarchy know the final stretch of the window could bring as much pressure as opportunity. Every result, every decision, and every phone call could shape the club's immediate future. For Rangers, the mission is simple in theory, but difficult in practice. Win on the pitch to maintain control of it, or risk seeing a season of ambition reshaped before it's even had the chance to gather momentum. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so make sure you join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.